Brother, this video is important, so please don't click away because it can save you years of your life. I'm gonna help you detox from all this garbage the modern world offers, so I'm not gonna waste your time. First and foremost, stop watching all short-form content. Instagram Reels, TikToks, all of this stuff. That's what's going to fry your dopamine receptors and your attention span the most. Switch over to long, unedited videos. You can also watch long podcasts that people put out. I like the Huberman podcast, Chris Williamson. Those are low dopamine, just intellectual conversations. When you watch long, unedited content, you're actually improving your attention span the same way you are if you read a book. So, the first thing you want to do to improve your health and life quality is to get away from short-form, edited content. I actually had a discussion with my brother yesterday about this YouTube channel, and I was saying to him that I'm pleasantly surprised the view count isn't as high as it used to be. I know that sounds weird, but I've seen the trend. People hating on the short over-edited videos because there's a lot less value in an 8-minute heavily edited video compared to a long, unedited, low dopamine one. Everyone these days knows the phrase brain rot, so you want to stay away from brain rot content. If there are any other apps or websites you're wasting a lot of time on, and it's not educational, find a way to take a step back. The easiest way is friction. Grab the app on your phone and move it to a random folder, delete the app, or set up website blockers. Not because it'll stop you from using the app, but because the extra friction will take you 10 seconds to bypass. That's usually time where, if you've been meditating, you can stop and say, wait, do I actually want to go on this? That friction helps you have another obstacle to falling down the rabbit hole of content. Next, let's talk about sexual detox. First and foremost, don't ever watch proper porn again. By that, I mean videos of a guy and a girl. Never watch that. Think about that, it's weird as hell. Never again, ever in your life watch a man going inside a woman. If you absolutely can't quit right now, tame it down to watching a girl who's dressing sexy or twerking. It's still bad for you, but it's definitely better than this cuck fetish of watching two people have sex. Later start taming it down more. If you can't stop jacking off, which a lot of people can't because it's an addiction, go down to looking at pictures of an attractive girl, maybe even just one picture. At that point, you're at a low dopamine level, which is awesome. From there, it's easier to get onto NoFap and start hitting streaks of 3 days, 7 days, 20 days. It's really difficult to go from watching full-on porn to cutting it out immediately. Along with sexual detox, think about actually having sex. I don't know what religion you follow or what your values are, but here's a simple rule. Only have sex with girls you actually like and respect. Don't have sex with girls you've just met and don't really know. It's never worth it. I know what you're thinking. If there's a girl you've just met, she's moderately attractive and she wants to have sex with you, 99% of guys will go for it. But if you can have the iron will, resistance, and discipline to choose who you're bonding with, that's so powerful and attractive. I'm not saying to not have sex at all. Just don't do it with girls you don't like. Girls who aren't nice. Girls who give you post-nut clarity. That phrase is so popular amongst the youth, and I actually forgot it was a thing for a long time. When you're with a girl you actually like and love, you don't get post-nut clarity. If you're someone who's nutting right now and getting post-nut clarity with a girl or with porn, that's your sign you're doing something wrong. If you're with the right person, you don't get post-nut clarity. You still feel bonded to her. Maybe you're a little tired after, but you don't get that clarity. You only get it when you're with a random girl, and now that all the seed is out of you, you're like, oh damn, she's actually a loser. I don't even like her. Why am I wasting my time? Use post-nut clarity as a way to know if you've been doing something right or wrong. If you get that weird feeling where you want her to leave or need to leave afterward, that's not someone you should be splitting your soul with. Go find a woman you actually love, and honestly, the sex is so much better. This short string of hookups that the young generation seems to be into, our age group of 16 to 28, just seems so empty. I've been there, and it's not what it's cracked up to be. If it's a woman you love, fine. That's a bonding experience, making love. That's awesome, one of the most fulfilling, flow state-inducing experiences you can have. But if it's a random girl you just met, that's what you need to detox away from. We've got technology and sexual detox covered. Let's talk about physical detox. How do you physically get rid of all the junk inside of you and start to feel healthier? Of course, you can go and sleep, but I want to talk about specific stuff you probably didn't think of. One of them is microplastics. Microplastics are tiny bits of plastic we've ended up ingesting, usually through our food and drinks. You'll see little bits of microplastic in every meal you eat. They're very small. You wouldn't see them with the naked eye. But it's said that over a year, a human will eat 2 to 3 credit cards worth of plastic. That's super bad for your health, especially as a guy. When you have that plastic inside of you, it almost turns off a bit of your testosterone production and turns on more estrogen production, the female sex hormone. It's linked with infertility, and I personally believe it's the #1 cause of infertility in men, which is skyrocketing. Never mind the destruction of men's testosterone and sperm. You want to detox from this. All of us have microplastics inside of us. How do you detox? Through sweating. There's a doctor called Dr. Anthony J., and I asked him this question. He said, sweating helps excrete microplastics through the skin. So sauna and hard exercise, particularly with hot clothing like a hoodie or pants, will really help. Make sure you sweat excessively every single day. Martial arts, especially in hot countries, is so good for this because you sweat like you're in a sauna. If you go to the sauna for 10-20 minutes most days of the week, that'll be really good for you. The next thing to detox from physically is a poor diet. Most people are eating weird fake food. If you look at the ingredient list on most modern-day processed, packaged foods like protein bars, you'll see really weird ingredients. Ingredients like inverted glucose-fructose syrup. That's just strange. When we ingest these foods, it wreaks havoc on our insides, our intestines, and our gut microbiome. I'm not a doctor, I'm just a bro scientist, but I'm fitter and probably healthier than 99% of doctors out there. Most doctors will tell you to eat bread and flour and that red meat and eggs are unhealthy, but most doctors are fat. I'd argue most doctors are bad people. The industry is full of people who took bribes, and we ended up with the food pyramid and doctors telling us cigarettes are healthy. Now when doctors tell you a normal human diet is unhealthy, that you shouldn't eat meat and eggs, things humans have eaten for thousands of years, be wary. This is controversial because a lot of people are stuck in the system and just listen to whatever their government and doctors tell them. So, when someone without credentials tells you they do the opposite of what doctors say, like eating more meat and eggs, sitting in the sun with their balls out every day for health benefits, it sounds crazy, but it works. And so how do you detox from a shitty diet? First, stop eating shitty food. What's shitty food? Any food your great-great-grandfather didn't eat. Did they have meat, fruit, cheese, milk, and eggs back then? Yes, eat those. Did they have protein bars, Sour Patch Kids, or other fake foods? No, avoid them. The next step is to cleanse your insides by eating healthy food. As you get into this, you'll notice Instagram's algorithm will start showing you influencers eating healthy meals. They always put their food on wooden cutting boards, eggs, steak, maybe some blueberries. That's what a normal human who respects themselves eats. It's just eggs, meat, and a little fruit. There's never any weird modern-day junk like hot dogs, pizza, or other fake foods. It's not about the macros, it's about real or fake food. Maybe find one of those wooden chopping board Instagram influencers. They're usually pretty healthy and good to follow. The person I like the most is Dr. Anthony Shafee. He's one of the few doctors I actually respect. Most are scammers and weirdos. I largely follow his recommended diet, which is the carnivore diet. Basically just meat and eggs. It sounds crazy, but when you look into the research, it makes sense. Anyway, brother, hope this helped you, and I'll be happy to talk to you again. Subscribe to the channel and do all of the other YouTube stuff.